I want to
I'm going
start
to.
with Pittsburgh because there's two things that happened with Pittsburgh that is interesting. So first off, Russell Wilson, he signed with Pittsburgh for like the league minimum. I think like $1.2 million for the year because he's getting paid a shit ton of money by the Broncos yet. So he didn't actually
Very
need
true.
the money, but league rules say you have to pay them. So he'll take the league minimum. But then they also traded for Justin Fields, and Pittsburgh has come out and said that Russell Wilson is the guy. He is the starter for this year. What do you make of this?
First of all, shout out to Joey Wright in the chat. Welcome
Hey,
in,
Joey.
kind sir. You are the handsomest.
That's right.
I I feel a little bit on an island with this. I love this for the Steelers. I truly, truly love this. I remember a few short weeks ago, we were on here talking about them saying shit like, we're not looking at other quarterbacks. We're very comfortable with the quarterback room that we have of Kenny, Tiny Hands Pickett, and Mason Rudolph, and we're not even going to look in free agency. And then lo and behold, Russell Wilson comes on as available for, like you said, veteran minimum. Somebody else is footing the bill for him. Fuck yeah. Why wouldn't you do that? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. He's an immediate upgrade over both of those guys, in my opinion. I am on record as saying that I don't think Russ's year last year was as bad as everybody made it out to be. I think Sean Payton's partially to blame. And Justin Fields, 6th-round pick, traded for him, conditional 6th-round pick. Mm-hmm. If he plays more than 50% of the snaps, then it moves to a 4th-round pick. It's never going to move to a 4th-round pick. They're not.
But
they're
still,
just going
even
to
a
sit
fourth
him.
round, even a 4th-round pick though isn't much for the NFL for a quarterback.
Yeah. These are both still high upside players for their offense. I have zero qualms with it.
Do you feel like do you feel like that, because Russell's only on a 1-year deal right now. Do you feel like this is kind of a bridge year where Justin Fields gets to sit, reset, learn from a veteran that has a similar play style as him? Similar.
Some overlap.
Yeah. And maybe, can kind of clear his head. And then next year, Fields, who will be on the 5th year of his rookie, they'll have to sign him for the 5th-year extension. But do you think that's their plan here? This is kind of just a bridge year with Russell and then move on to Fields after that?
I believe they technically need to sign his 5th-year extension before any of that really comes to pass. But even with that said, if they don't, so what if they don't sign his 5th year? Nobody else wants him. Clearly, they just found that out because nobody would give up a fucking 6th-round pick for him. So fine, wait and see if you can just re-sign him for a little bit more.
According to the Bears, there was like 4 other teams that were interested, but Justin wanted he requested that he goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I tell my wife there were plenty of other suitors out there as well. That wasn't true. I'm just kidding. I love you, Emily. I did not mean a word of that. But the point is, I think that Justin Fields, whether they sign him now or don't sign him or extend him now, I should say, yes, exactly, gets the valuable experience you're talking about. I've been saying all along, I just want the dude out of Chicago so he can get a mental reset, if nothing else. I think some time where he legitimately knows he's the backup and doesn't have to go through any of the drama will be great for him. Even if it's only for the first 8 weeks of the season or 9 weeks of the season, whatever, until they put him in. I think it's going to be wonderful. I think it's super low-hanging fruit for the Steelers. There's almost zero risk involved here. What was going to happen before they signed these two guys? They were going to go 9 wins on the season, maybe make their way into the playoffs and end up in the exact same spot next year. At least now the ceiling is higher. You could at least maybe make a deep playoff run if things shake out well. So I like it.
Yeah. And then sticking with Pittsburgh, they traded away Deontay Johnson to Carolina, who I want to touch on in a second. But what does this mean here for Pickens and DeMuth and this dual backfield?
Okay.
I mean, with Russell at the helm, is this good for them? Is it kind of same? Yeah, it doesn't really move the needle a whole lot for fantasy.
With the Steelers, there was always an air that somebody was going to be out. There was weird locker room stuff. I don't know. There was just that whole vibe last year that seemed bad. I thought it might be Pickens who was out. I think it's just Deontay Johnson's out, and that's fine. They can replace Deontay Johnson yet in free agency if they chose to do so with somebody like
Mhm.
Tyler Boyd, who is still unsigned, which I would love, by the way, for them.